1 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The United States has called for a negotiated political solution for Afghanistan with the inclusion of Pakistan to ensure security in the country. The Minister for Planning and Development has said only democracy can ensure sustainable socio-economic development. The foreign minister is leaving for Moscow on a 4-day visit today to discuss regional and international issues with the Russian leadership. The third edition of Pakistan Super League begins in Dubai on Thursday. And now the news in detail. The American Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asian Affairs, Alice Wells, has said a negotiated political solution of Afghanistan that includes Pakistan needs to be found. In an interview, she said ultimately the solution of Afghanistan's security and stability will lie in a political resolution, not only on the military battlefield. She said, we see an opportunity for Pakistan to secure its legitimate interests through support for a negotiated settlement. The American official said, we see the South Asia strategy as an opportunity for Pakistan. Alice Wells said Pakistan needs to be a part of the wider solution for Afghanistan. She said, as dialogue with Pakistan continues on the United States parts, it is important to achieve results around peace that are mutually beneficial for both Pakistan and Afghanistan. The Minister for Planning and Development, Ahsan Iqbal, says only democracy can ensure sustainable socio-economic development. He was speaking at the launching ceremony of the report Inclusive and Sustainable Development in Islamabad today. The minister said it was because of democracy that the country was today having historic projects like the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Thanks to China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and other reforms that we have introduced, the country's economy, its growth rate has climbed up to 5.3% last year, which was highest in last 9 years. And this year we are anticipating to be 6%. So as we climb the ladder of growth rate, it is very important for us to make sure that the fruits of growth and fruits of development are shared by all and no one is left behind.
The Foreign Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif is paying a 4-day official visit to Russian Federation from today at the invitation of his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. During his stay in Moscow, the foreign minister will hold official talks with his Russian counterpart. The two sides would deliberate upon the entire spectrum of bilateral relations as well as regional and international issues of mutual interest. The revised lists of candidates for the Senate elections against the seats of Federal Capital and FATA will be published tomorrow. Candidates can withdraw the nomination papers for Senate elections from the 4 provinces today. 2 candidates of the Senate elections from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Maulana Samiul Haq and Abdul Wase withdrew their nomination papers today. According to Election Commission Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, they had submitted their nomination papers for general seats. A 3-member bench of the Supreme Court, headed by Mr. Justice Ijaz Afzal, adjourned the hearing of contempt of court case against the Minister of State Talal Chaudhry till Monday next. The counsel for Talal Chaudhry said he could not prepare the case due to personal reasons. 2 suicide bombers were killed by the security forces in Gatkai area of Bajor agency this morning. According to details, the security forces were conducting search operation in the area when the suicide bombers opened fire on them. The security forces retaliated and killed both the terrorists on the spot. In occupied Kashmir, the chairman of all parties, Hurriyat Conference, Sayyid Ali Gilani, has said the Indian authorities are flouting the norms of a democratic country by choking the peaceful means of protest and denying democratic and basic rights to the Kashmiri people. In a statement in Srinagar, he said the youth in the valley, especially Karimabad, Pulwama, Taral, Hajin and Hindwara, are detained and subjected to third-degree torture in police stations. He termed the rhetoric of Goli Nahi Boli as a hoax and said PDP stands badly exposed on ground and the party can no more befool the people. North Korea accuses the United States of using defectors to attack Pyongyang at the Winter Olympics. The Korean Central News Agency said in a commentary that the United States President Donald Trump has become extremely embarrassed by the atmosphere for inter-Korean reconciliation as shown by the Olympics. It also blamed the American media for unduly speculating on the possibility of its sports delegation defecting to South Korea during the Winter Games. In India, 4 persons, including an election candidate, have been killed in a landmine explosion in northeastern state of Meghalaya. The third edition of the Pakistan Super League begins in Dubai with an opening match between Peshawar Zalmi and Multan Sultans on Thursday. Radio Pakistan will broadcast running commentary on this mega sports event on its medium waves network. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.